Okay. Everybody else can hear the music, but we can't. Welcome to
La Tertulia.
Thank you, and my name's Clayton again, and this is
Jibarita.
Thank you again for tuning in to episode 2 of our podcast, and we just wanted to kick things off by thanking everybody who listened and got through the first episode. We really appreciate that. Thank you for bearing with the technical difficulties. Poor Jaira here was self-conscious about her audio, and that was definitely my fault. So hopefully you can hear a little bit of an improvement this week, and we are actually in the same room.
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm back in Chicago.
So yeah, thank you again. We were super amazed by the support that we got during that grand opening weekend sale. The likes on Facebook and Instagram, and actually the orders that we received as well. We were just completely blown away. And now that we're a couple weeks past that, we're starting to get some reviews back. And they are very positive. So thank you. You guys don't have to be so nice, but we do appreciate it.
Seriously, thank you so much. I really appreciate every constructive criticism, every positive feedback, everything. So thank you very much for the support.
Yeah, and we even did get some ideas on how we can improve.
Yes.
I guess we could. That leads right into our first topic here. After we published that last episode of the podcast, we spent the second half of that week making product to fulfill the orders that we've made during that weekend. And as we said, we're still continuing to learn about that process. Unfortunately, some of the first orders that we shipped out did arrive broken.
Yeah.
But we've totally changed our packaging process since then, and we hope that everyone receives their upcoming orders intact. Something that's really important to us as a natural hair care brand is insisting that we use glass bottles. And we actually encourage our customers to reuse them. I know that some people might be a little put off by the price, but if you think about all the things you can use a nice quality bottle for, and we have some to show off this week as well. We have some product to show. But yeah, actually that's something that some content that we have in the works is how you can reuse Jibarita's cornered bottles around the house for cool different projects or just handy things to have around the house. But aside from the whole packaging side of things, we also learned that since we had more orders to fulfill at one time, we tried to make some larger batches, and Jada found that it's we've basically had much better luck with the smaller batches, right?
Yes.
Do you want to talk about some of the problems that you had with scaling up the order?
Yeah, they were getting like not the same color. They were getting like less. I don't know. It was kind of getting messy and not the same quality. I had to redo stuff several times, which is part of scaling up, trying to multiply your formula times whatever batches you are,
However big you're trying.
Up. Exactly. Thank you. So yeah, it was tough. I cried a lot. I got really frustrated, and I came back to Chicago because I was freaking out about it.
Yeah, well, so that's our hair product now. The oopsie batches became ours, and that's okay. So another part of it too is you're using food grade, sized bowls and things like that in the kitchen.
And I'm only one.
Yeah, I'm pretty much only good for dishes.
You help a lot with dishes.
Well, but I mean, so it is pretty much just you when you're making the stuff. So we found out just that we're gonna stick with the small batches.
Exactly.
So again. This is giving us plenty of ideas for upcoming videos. Mm-hmm. We'd like to film the whole process from start to finish. Just want to make sure that we sort of clear everything up before that point. So, hey, we're still here. Thank you for being patient with the second episode.
Yes.
Not only was there a lot of stuff going on in terms of getting her back to Chicago, fulfilling all of those orders, shipping everything out, but as a pair, as a brand, as a company, whatever you want to say, we also kind of wanted to take a break from social media with everything that's been happening, not only in Chicago, but across the country the past few weeks here. So we thought that it was just best to, I don't know, how can I say this? We thought it seemed insensitive to continue to advertise and things like that, so we just wanted to take a little break and use it as a planning phase and just to watch some other content out there. Is there anything you want to add to that? Because you're really the social media guru. I feel like a 65-year-old man when I'm on Facebook most of the time.
Well, I feel like we needed to take a break as a brand and to late. This is not the moment to talk about products and to talk about hair at all. There's some priorities, and I would like to put my space up there for the people that needs to actually raise their voice about what's going on at this current moment.
There's only so much bandwidth, right?
Right, exactly. So we just decided to step back, take a little break, think about where we're going as a brand, as a LLC, and just keep going, keep grinding.
Yeah.
Grinding and shining.
So we used it as sort of a bye week, in sports terms, to use the old sports ball terms. Used it to just sort of plan, clean things up. You'll see a little bit. We have some clips for you later here about some of the other things that we've been doing, and just again, out of respect for everything that's been going on, we wanted to take a break. So thank you for rejoining us. We're going to be on a bi-weekly schedule with this podcast. Another fun thing we can announce, and once we get into the swing of things, we hope to make it weekly and start getting some guests on here and stuff. So if you have any ideas for guests or topics that you'd like to see in upcoming episodes, I love researching. She loves researching. We already had one suggestion from my Aunt Carol, who I'm sure is watching right now. So
Hello.
So we're going to be looking into some things that she asked about, and just continuing to sort of load up our deck with videos and things to pump out. So along that line, with new content and new products, you might be able to see here, but if you haven't noticed, we've got a couple bars that Jaira's been working on.
Yes.
Am I screwing up your display here?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
It looks fine.
Okay. So one of the things, the recurring themes that we were finding with DIY products and just the stuff that worked for Jaira, I don't want to speak for you here, but with the liquid products, there's a lot of water that you're paying to have shipped, and I shouldn't have held up one of our products.
It's fine. People get the point. I use water, but as a second ingredient, or never as a first.
This is a lot of butter and oil.
Yeah.
But so these are.
The whole product, but.
So no. Anyways, these are butter and oil. These are actually shampoo and conditioner bars, and in store-bought shampoo and conditioner bottles, you are buying a lot of water.
Yes. Thank you.
I should have had a better prop, but you all understand what we're saying. So instead of having this bottle that you can squeeze out that's mostly water, you can condense the ingredients into a bar, and it works pretty much the same way as shampoo and conditioner. So why don't you tell the people what you've been working on in the old lab over there?
Well, what I've been working on the Jibarita's kitchen, like you said, I have a shampoo bar. We have the charcoal one. This is for oily hair, because it's gonna absorb that sebum and excess oils from your scalp.
I've seen a lot of activated charcoal and deodorant and stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I'm having a henna shampoo bar for silkiness and helping with hair growth, because henna helps to straighten.
There you go,
hair growth, to straighten the hair strands and make it growth and make it look shiny at the same time and healthy. And I'm having a conditioner bar that you're being religiously using.
Yeah, I've been using it every day. I also got a haircut. Thanks, Mom.
Yes, thanks, Linda.
Since the last time we talked, since the last time we chatted on La Tertulia here. And this conditioner bar is awesome. You can't see it, pineapple. This conditioner bar is awesome. It smells mostly like lemongrass, but I know there's some tea tree oil and stuff in there too. And it basically just works as I get really spiky hair when it's short. I have a colic back here that sticks straight up, and it's got beeswax.
Yeah, this is the only one that is not vegan, but it has beeswax, cocoon butter, mango butter. It has avocado oil, castor oil, tea tree oil, lemongrass, and a little bit of peppermint.
It has just like that really nice clean smell, like lemon pledge, but not full of chemicals.
Exactly.
Really nice. So, yeah, you want to just grab the mold there? And
yes.
It's pretty cool. I've got a couple more videos that we're going to produce into bigger videos, but yeah, this is what she's been pouring her concoctions into.
Yes.
And you get these cool logs. You can slice the logs off. And how long do you have to wait for the lye? Because you have to use lye for part of the chemical reaction with the soap and the shampoo.
Yes. We have to wait for the soap to be curated o que se cure en el proceso de saponificación for approximately from 4 weeks to 6 weeks.
Right. Because otherwise you get tingly hands from the lye.
Yeah, and you don't want that.
That's not good. So as a part of that, we realized that, as we mentioned at the beginning of the show, that we make everything in small batches, and we think it's just going to be easier to keep going that way. But it's hard to quickly scale up production when you have a lead time of at least 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, waiting for the lye to evaporate or
to do its thing.
Get out of there.
Yeah.
She's the soap researcher, not me. So it has to cure for 6 weeks, so it's going to be hard to quickly scale up production for that. So we are looking ahead at the seasonal conditioner and shampoo bars that we want to try. So, we're going to try to hit all the big holidays, maybe a pumpkin spice for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Or is that Halloween? No, that's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
So, yeah, and, cranberry, peppermint.
Maybe some tembleque. It's a Puerto Rican dessert.
Okay.
Like
is that a Christmas thing? Or?
Yeah, it's a Christmas thing.
Okay.
It's a coconut cornstarch based dessert. Maybe some tembleque. I don't know.
Yeah.
We can do something in the kitchen.
Sounds
but
nice.
You gotta stay tuned.
Sounds nice. Yeah. I like clove.
Yeah. Okay, just putting it out there.
Yeah.
I've been following your suggestions when it comes to scents, and people are loving it.
Well.
So thank you.
You're welcome. I'm super sensitive to, I've been in movie theaters and I get headaches from perfume that might be 30 feet away from me. So
yeah.
I feel like if you stick with the essential oil type stuff, it smells very clean.
Yeah.
And nobody gets any headaches. It's not offensive, which kind of leads into the deodorant that you've got here as well.
That's not the deodorant. Let's cut that part.
I would be a terrible ShamWow guy.
There we go.
Uh-oh, Moco.
No, you had a conditioner.
A conditioner. I was smelling it too intensely.
Yeah.
But jeez. Okay, so here's the deodorant. Let me get a little closer here. This is my favorite so far.
And it's the most used, as you can see.
Yeah. So it has this really cool clay texture to it. I think partially because there is some clay in there.
Yeah.
Right? And I've gone 36 hours, I'm pretty sure. And I started smelling a little bit after that. But I was doing a lot of yard work back in the suburbs and everything.
Yeah.
And it worked very well. So whatever you got going on there, that is for sure going to be on the store coming soon.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge fan. We've given out some samples as well. If you're interested in a sample, let us know. We are always looking for more people with different types of hair and different skin types to test this stuff. Be happy to hook it up.
Yeah, send us an email at info@jibaritascorner.com.
Right, exactly. Or Facebook, any of that stuff works.
Yes.
And to those of you who have been reaching out, we really appreciate it. We love hearing from you. We love seeing the pictures. Yes. Hopefully with some permission, we'll be showing some of the customer pictures and sharing some reviews.
Yes.
But we'll see. Still in the early stages. Yeah. So thank you. This is what's been going on in the lab here.
Yeah, and this is what we have. These three, as you know. This is the detangler.
Well, some people might not know. They might not have seen. So go ahead. Yeah. Give a rundown.
Yeah, this is our detangler. It doesn't have a label because it was straight out of the fridge. So
yeah, we made this a couple days ago.
Yeah, so we have the detangler that has marshmallow root. It's is to help detangle the hair, as the name says, and also to moisturize the hair. We have the hair butter that is to give the curl the shape, and it has shea butter, it has Ilipe butter, cocoon butter, it has avocado oil, it has jojoba oil, shea bay powder that is to strengthen, to help moisture retention.
Can you talk about the smells too?
Oh, yeah. This one smells like cinnamon.
It smells like oatmeal cookies. It's really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This one is my favorite. This one smells like. It reminds me of Christmas. I don't
The
know
deep
why.
conditioner, right?
No, this is the hair butter. The hair butter it has lemongrass, but it smells like Christmas. I don't know why. I can open it. Thank you. It smells clean.
Doesn't come
like,
through the camera, but
It smells clean, but like clean Christmas. I don't know. Anyway, and we have the deep moisturizer. This one has how's that called? Slippery elm, marshmallow root, and peppermint essential oil. That is to help how's that called? Blood circulation in the scalp. So it helps also with hair growth, and also blood circulation always helps with how your hair grows and how stronger it's going to grow as well.
and your scalp and all that fun stuff.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you. We're hoping to get some updated pictures and information on the website soon. And like we said, if you're interested in a sample, we have smaller sample size bottles and things like that. We'd be happy to send around and get some more feedback on.
Yes.
Thank you for the rundown.
Yeah, absolutely. I get so nervous. I gotta put it up there.
That's okay.
I get so nervous. Aww.
You're doing great. You're doing great. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
And the people seriously have loved the product.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the support.
Yes. So look at this. So I'll put your little demonstration back together. And with that, we have some fun stuff to end the show on. I have done some work setting up our broadcasting software here. And like I said, we had some free time away from social media, which was away from the news, which ended up being a great thing anyways. And we're trying to sort of apply this concept of DIYing and trying to, I don't know, it sounds a little bit dramatic, but taking back a lot of the stuff that we rely on stores for and applying that DIY mentality wherever we can and seeing how hard it is. I mean, I think a lot of people are tempted to buy things just because of the convenience versus time decision that you have to make all the time. But you've been making some, oat milk from scratch.
Yes.
Which costs $4 for half a gallon at the grocery store, and it mixes in coffee just as well. It tastes great. You've been DIYing a lot, so the first thing we're going to talk about here is the lunch we had yesterday.
Gee.
You've gotten into a YouTube hole where,
Yes.
what would you call it? Is it artisanal bread making?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you've gotten this kick to make bread, and let's take a look at the sourdough starter.
Look at the pan.
Yes. Hang on. Give me one moment. Our producer is very slow. Okay. Hola, Jada. Would you like to tell the people what you're making?
I'm frying some vegetables, and I'm frying this dough that I made yesterday with oats and filled with cheese and green onions.
Okay. Does it have a name yet?
No,
Or just your blob?
I'm just blobbing.
Okay. These are the starters?
Oh, yes. This one is with oats.
Like oat flour that
Yeah.
you made, right?
Yes. And this one is with whole wheat
Very cool.
flour.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so basically, for those
I'm
of you
just
that
blobbing.
may not know, my mom always and my grandpa always did this. Back, my mom talked about him doing it as long as she can remember. What a sourdough starter is, or a bread starter, is basically a. You want to explain? No?
No.
Okay, so basically, we found that we were trying to make all this baked stuff, and every grocery store we went to didn't have yeast. But you can actually, there's ambient yeast around you all the time that you can, it sounds kind of gross. You feed it, you attract it into
Yeah, you
a
attract
bowl.
it into flour and water.
A bowl of flour and water, you're making like a little controlled petri dish, basically. And it starts bubbling. That's what you saw at the end there, those jars. It starts bubbling, and all this fun chemistry is going on. Right. I mean, it kind of is.
Yeah.
And that's the yeast that's
Creating and evolving.
right. Which I apparently, from what you tell me, is you got to have that for good bread.
Yes.
Or else you end up with that unleavened,
Yeah.
the cracker stuff, which is fine. But so let's show the people what came out, huh? The people.
The people.
Ta-da!
That was our meal. I think
So-
I'm gonna call those tortitas.
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 Yeah. So those crispy nugget things there were the dough balls that she was frying, and that was basically extra that you normally would have thrown away, right?
Yes.
So we ended up making it, and after we finish recording here, we're about to have some sourdough pancakes.
Yes.
So very cool. I'm a big fan of this new hobby.
I'm feeding you a lot.
Yes. And yeah, so great job.
Thank you.
And that's just one of the new hobbies that you've taken up. I mean, we were talking about the bars and the deodorant and all this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. But now let's talk a little bit about you. What you've been up to, Clayton, because you also been finding a lot of fun and useful hobbies.
Yes. Well, okay. So I guess let's get back to our broadcaster mode here and take a look at our humble apartment garden.
Yes.
Okay. Welcome to our little apartment garden here. As you can see, it's growing very nicely. And we were guilty of thinking that you couldn't really grow a lot of your own food if you had a small space or no actual soil beds to use to grow your food. So actually we used a lot of YouTube resources and have started our own vegetable garden here. I'll try to explain the basic parts of what's going on. We use just regular potting soil and organic general purpose fertilizer for everything. We got our own home distilled water right here. The lights, you might notice, are actually purple. There are red and blue LEDs in there, and that's to mimic more closely the actual full spectrum of UV rays that the sun gives off. You can also use those CFL fluorescent tube lights, but these were just very inexpensive on Amazon. We started everything actually out on the balcony, if you want to pan right there. It's a pretty nice balcony to grow stuff, except we're westward facing, and with all the buildings around, these things were only getting about 2 hours of sunlight a day. It's also super windy, so we brought them in here and are trying to control things a little bit better with this fan, and so far they're doing great. Just to give you an idea of what we have growing here, this is one of our favorites. This is some lettuce that we're regrowing from a head that we got at the grocery store. These are our little herbs here. We got basil, lemon spice, jalapeno, and cilantro. A little lettuce head right here. Some cherry tomatoes from seed. This cucumber.
Check out
from
that haircut.
And see, this is stuff you can do at your kitchen counter.
Hey,
We're
it's still
regrowing
growing
these
in.
green onions right here.
It's still growing in.
And actually, let me cut these lights so you can get a better idea. It's hard to see with the purple.
It looks great.
Thanks,
But before we
Linda.
brought everything in, we were noticing that the leaves were very yellow or pale. And as you can see, everything's a pretty nice dark green color. Those reflective panels that you see behind there, I actually made myself. Let me pull one out. It's just an Amazon box right here. It's just an Amazon box, and you can pivot it at the segments with one of those solar survival blankets I had laying around from a first aid kit. I had tons of them laying around and had never used one. So that kind of does two things. It not only protects your wall from being discolored from the UV lights, but it also reflects a lot of the light that would be wasted back into the plants, so you get more effective use out of your lights. But we're basically doing everything very DIY. Our plant labels are made out of yogurt cups here. We're trying to spend as little money as we can. It's a little small of a apartment to have a compost pile. It would smell pretty bad, but pretty proud of what we have going here, and we'll update everyone in the next couple of weeks. Yeah. So, I think that kind of laid it out, but we not necessarily, I don't know, for any other reason than just wanting to sort of take back some of the stuff that we've depended on supply chains for in the past, and not going to be able to grow all of our own food here. But everything's still very small. Those beefsteak tomatoes are going to get big.
Yeah.
I didn't show the beans. Those beans are probably going to get big, and you're supposed to be able to, learning all these cool little things. Like the more beans you pick while they're growing, the more beans that you'll actually be able to harvest because it keeps just making more. So learning all this stuff and trying to figure out the best way to bring it to you all. So there's a couple tastes of the hobbies that we are starting to get into. If you want a more in-depth video of what we have going on in the garden, or how Jayra got her sourdough bread and oatmeal starter started. Yeah, we're about to make some pancakes. We might film that. Just show us, or let us know what you're interested in seeing more of. We want to obviously focus on the hair products, but there's a lot of stuff that can be DIY'd. There's a lot of different experts that we could potentially bring on to talk about this stuff, and we just love to share what we're learning with you all.
Absolutely.
So, and with that, I think we'll wrap things up here. Thank you again for joining us for another episode of
La Tertulia.
And everyone take care, stay safe, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.